everyone. Our project is detecting insurance claims fraud using machine learning technique. So this insurance fraud means an illegal activity done by an individual for financial gain from the insurance company. There are different types of insurance provided like health insurance, life insurance, property insurance, auto insurance. But here we are going to work on auto insurance. For illegal activities like drink and drive, performing risky activities, insurance company is not at all responsible for providing insurance. Even for other cases like amount of damage happened to the vehicle is very less, but they will create the documents in such a way that the damage has happened in a huge amount in order to get a complete favorable outcome from the insurance company. The reason behind why we have taken this project is even though India is the insurance industry, it loses nearly $6 billion because of this fraud insurance crime. Even SBI also estimates that there will be a $40 billion of losses every year because of this fraud insurance claim. So these $6 billion and $40 billion are not at all a small amount, and even this will impact on our economy. That's why we have chosen this project.
There are three actors in
Anusha?
our.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, okay. Continue.
There are three actors or modules in our system. They are admin, branch in charger, and public. Admin is the one who maintains the entire application. He will log in into the system by using his ID and password. His operations are adding cities, adding that are under that company, and adding branches, the branches that comes under that city. So next he will create a branch in charge for every branches that are under that cities. So he will give ID and password to the branch in charger when he will create the branch in charger, and he can change his password and he can log out. Next is branch in charger. He is the one receives the service. He will log in into the system by using the credentials that are given by admin. So next he can change his password and he can add the data set, upload new claim. Once the for the first time when we run the system, he will upload the new claim from the Excel sheet. Then there is no need to upload the Excel sheet whenever he will log in into the system. Next he will log out. Next is public, the one who visits the application. So public can view home page that is about the insurance company and about us, contact us. So you can claim the insurance and etc.
Coming to sequence diagram. First of all, let's see what is the sequence line. Here's the object interaction arranged in time sequence. Then first we come to the admin sequence diagram. As said by Amruta, admin is one who maintains the whole application. Admin will log in with the ID and password. If it is success, then it will log in, or else it will redirect to home page. And if it fails to log in, it will redirect to admin page itself, where on successful login, the admin can add cities. Then after adding the cities, he can also view the cities. Then he can add insurance. He can view the insurance, added insurance. Then after he can log out. That's all main specification of this admin sequence diagram. Then coming up to the branch sequence diagram, it's same as the admin, but here it's same. But we log in with ID and password. After a successful login, you'll upload data set. You can view the data sets and you can upload new claim. Then you can predict, for example, for it is genuine or it is fraud. We can check in prediction. Then you can import Excel sheet. Then you can change password, and finally you'll sign out. That all specification of branch in charge. Then coming up to public. For public, no need to log in. This may be a big advantage, we can say, where you can directly view home page, etc., like about us page, contact us page, insurance info, claim info, as said earlier by Amruta.
Okay, next is implementation details. So here, public is the one who claims for the insurance. Once he claims for the insurance, branch in charge is going to receive that whatever the claim made by the public. Then he is going to perform some investigation. Like he is going to check whether the premium has been paid by this public correctly or not, and whether he has claimed for the insurance before. If so, what was the case? Whether it was fraudulent case or genuine case. Then what does he does is that he is going to input 8 parameters into our system. In our system, some operation is going to take place, and this is going to output as either fraud or genuine. If it is fraud, then payment will not be provided to the public. If it is genuine, payment will be provided to him. And again, if it is fraud, then that case will be sent into investigation. I said some operation is going to take place in our system. So we are using here a classification algorithm, that is naive Bayes algorithm, and how exactly that works in our system and the reason why did we choose that algorithm can be seen in next 2 slides.
So next is about the machine learning technique we are using in our project. This naive Bayes is a supervised machine learning algorithm and works based on the Bayesian theorem. Since we have explained this algorithm in detail in our previous milestones, here I am just briefing the steps. So this basically in this naive Bayes algorithm works based on the probability calculations using this formula. So here we are going to calculate the probability of each and every attribute values. First, we will find the attribute values like n, n_c, m, and p. So here m means the number of training examples, m means the number of parameters, p means the possible outcomes. So here we will here we need to find the probability of getting fraud how much and genuine how much. So then the greater one will be the result. So for these probability values of fraud cases and genuine cases will multiply with each other and with actual probability. This will be done for all the parameters in both the cases like fraud and genuine, and finally we will compare the probability values and the highest will be the output. If the output is 1, then that is the fraud. Then if the output is 0, then it will be the genuine.
So reasons for selecting naive Bayes is it's work fine for small data sets and as well as huge data sets. As we gone through the literature survey papers, we came to know that decision tree gives the high efficiency, but why we choose naive Bayes is when we increase the data sets, the efficiency in decision tree will decrease. But in naive Bayes, as the data sets increases, the efficiency will be same. Next is work fine for n number of parameters. In traditional approaches, we were taking only limited parameters, and in neighbors we can take n number of parameters, and it is more efficient than other algorithms. Compared to KNN at SVM, neighbors is eager learner, and it works fine for all formats of data. Like it can take numerical values and characters and strings, etc.
Okay, well, coming to the test strategy, we have tested mainly for 9 cases. The first one is first test case in execute run another application, where running the application or executing the application without any interrupt, like application stopped or etc. Then we check where it is running properly without any interrupts. So it will match the actual result, the expected result. So status will be passed. This is the first case.
Second test case is verification of admin login page. So here, as we said earlier, admin has to log in into the system. So he logins into the system by using the ID and password. If whatever the values he has entered into the system is valid, then he will be successfully logged in into the system. He will be directed into the admin homepage. Suppose if any one of the value is invalid, then we would get an error message saying that invalid ID or password. Suppose if you have not entered any one of the value and we are trying to log in into the system, then it would say enter the respective value. So this is also working fine in our system.
The next test case is verification of branch login here. Branch login. So here branch in charge need to input the input his ID and password, and when he clicks on submit button, our application must redirect user to branch homepage. And if the input is wrong, it should show the message that the login failed. Our application passed its test while executing with a result as soon as same as the expected result.
Next is admin add cities module. So in this, the admin will add the city name and he will click the submit button. So the city should be added to the database. If the city is added, then it shows the city is added successfully. If we enter a city that is already been existing in the database, then it gives the error messages the city already exists. If the city is not added, if it tries to submit it, it shows the error messages enter the city, and the system is working fine with this.
Now coming up to the test case 5. In this, mainly we deal with adding cities. Like we'll view the cities when added. When admin enters the random city name, and once entering the submit button, as said by Amruta, after submitting button, it will where we can view the cities. Where expected results meets actual results. Like we can view the cities in the table format after submitting the city names, random city names. This is all about the test case 5,
Next is
where
add,
database can be fetched using the GUI, where it will be displayed in GUI.
Next is add branch in charge. So here admin is going to create a branch in charge. It's nothing but he is going to input different values. He's going to give different detailed values to the branch in charge here, like to which city the branch in charge belongs to, what is his ID, what is its password, mail ID, etc. Once he enters add button, then successfully branch in charge will be created, and we have also provision like the number of branch in charges that is created by an admin can be viewed in the GUI, and this also works fine.
So next is admin updating his password. Here admin need to enter his old password, new password and confirm it. When he clicks on submit button, the new password must be updated. Even in this test case, our application passed with the result of updating a new password when the ID and old password is correct. If any input is missed, then it will show the message that you need to enter all the inputs.
Next is insurance insurance data. So branch there is no need to already spreadsheet every time whenever you log into the system. So this is working fine.
Now coming up to the prediction model. In this case, prediction model, we are going to perform the prediction for two things. The one is for individual prediction, then one more is for bulk prediction. In case of individual prediction, branch in charge is going to input all the 8 parameters, and when you click on predict parameters, we are going to obtain whether it is fraud or genuine. Then in case of bulk prediction, we have certain records. Yeah, for those records, we are going to predict whether they are fraud or genuine, and we are going to perform result analysis for that. And finally, we conclude that for both the things, it is working fine. And in the terms of prediction, so this test case is passed.
Next is result analysis. As Harsha told already, we are performing here two types of prediction. One, prediction of a result for individual public. So this image shows the prediction for individual public here. So what does branch in charge does is that he is going to input 8 parameters here, and he clicks on the predict button. So when he clicks on the predict button, internally Naive algorithm is going to execute, and then we would get a result as either fraud and genuine. So here we have tested in this image we can see that we have tested for two cases. One is fraud as well as for genuine. And next is prediction of bulk insurance claim. So here we have considered 20 records, and for these 20 records, our system should classify whether these are fraud or genuine. So when we click on the predict result button, so for each and every record, it would provide the result. I mean, like it classifies it as either fraud or normal. Then about result analysis, we can see that we have got the accuracy rate of 95%. So obviously correctly classified will be 95% and incorrectly classified has a 5%. And the time taken for execution is 379 milliseconds. So this is all about result analysis. Thank you.
Okay. Hmm. Execution part is ready.
Yes, ma'am. This is what we have got.
Yeah. Can you open the project now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, 1 second. Ma'am.
Yeah. Continue. Demonstrate.
Okay, so this is a home page. So whenever a public opens our web application, this is what he's going to see here. So in a home page, we have information about the insurance companies, about insurance. And next is about us. What is about this project? What is the objective of this project? So, and next is an insurance. So we have about objectives as well as insurance policy components. What are the different components that has been present here? So these 3 pages are the static pages what we have here. And next is a login page. So this login page is for branch in charge. So when we enter the login ID and password, so it says that successfully we have logged in into our system. So this is the home page of branch in charge. Branch in charge. So what he can do is that he can manage the data set. So he can change the data set here. Ma'am, like yesterday I did some work with the Excel sheet. So I think that is the problem here, but it was working fine yesterday. I was checking whether the output was correct or what, like whether what we have classified, that is fraud or genuine. I did manual checking. So I think while doing some changes, I did something there, but it was working fine. I'll check to that and inform you.
Okay. At this point of time, you have to execute and show only because you have took the snapshot, right?
Ma'am, that is what yesterday I did. Like for manual checking in Excel sheet, I just counted the number of times that parameters occurred or not. So while doing so, I think something has changed. I'll just check to that and play the video, the working video of this project. Like after.
What is that account? There is a field called
Ma'am, this is what
account,
we are
right?
going to change the project, like change the password.
Change the password.
Okay. Who? Branch
This is
manager.
about the branch in charge. So he is going to change the password here.
Okay. So what is the role of admin here then?
So admin is the one who is going to create cities and branch in charge, ma'am.
Okay. Go to the coding part.
Okay.
Okay. So I think which language you have used?
On C# and ASP.NET for front end and
Yeah, tell me.
ASP.
For backend, ASP.NET for
Okay, like
Okay. So
Which one?
one,
Which
you
one
have done
used?
testing, right?
yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Anusha, which
So can you?
language you have used?
Ma'am,
Which language you have used?
ma'am, we have used ASP.NET for front end, and when we click on some objects like for connecting of database, and whenever we click on something for eventing coding purpose, we have used C# here.
You have used what? It's not audible properly.
Ma'am, sorry,
Which one you have used?
ma'am, like yeah, ASP.NET for front end, and then C#
.NET you have used. Okay, okay.
dot.
Yeah, Deepti ma'am, continue it.
Yeah, I want one of you to answer. Okay,
ma'am.
that is, what is the difference between verification and validation?
Ma'am, verification means
I
we'll
want the
check,
correct answer.
ma'am, verification means we'll check the data is correct or not. Validation means executing it and getting the correct output.
That is validation.
Yes.
Okay. So here, one more point I have to highlight is that in your page,
Yes, ma'am.
front page, you have given that is what? Fraud,
Fraud.
insurance fraud.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it right? So I think you can make a modification in that statement,
Okay.
because an application is used to identify the fraud, right? Or to detect the fraud.
Yes, ma'am.
So it looks odd, insurance fraud.
Okay.
It's my suggestion. That's it. You can consult with your guide and you can rename it properly.
Okay, ma'am.
Only in the web page I'm talking.
Okay.
Okay.
Then, Harsha, tell
Yes,
me
ma'am.
why you have used href.
Ma'am, for linking from one page to another page.
Okay.
Like
There you wait,
what?
wait. There you have used a tag. Why?
Ma'am, where ma'am? A tag. Ma'am, link href is used to navigate to the other pages. Like one page to going. When we click the link, it
Yeah.
will go to the another.
Yeah, I got. Why
A is the
A
anchor
is
tag,
used?
ma'am. Anchor tag.
Okay.
That is the
So
property.
you
Href is
can
a
scroll
property
down.
of anchor tag.
Okay. You can scroll down the code.
Okay. ma'am. That
So
is,
in your code, you have used classes, right?
yes, ma'am.
There are different types of classes.
Yes, ma'am.
Generic class, simple class,
Yes, ma'am.
so on like that. Which type of class you have used?
Ma'am, it's
I don't know whether you have prepared a,
L,
yeah.
like we have used element tags. Almost all the all for all styling purpose we have used element tag, like element class, where dot p or
See, one thing you should be knowing that at least you should analyze the statements which you have used in the project. Okay.
okay, ma'am.
Otherwise, I don't think so. It will be more effective.
Okay.
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 So work on this properly.
Okay.
Yeah, Kavya Priya, you can continue.
ಸರಿ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಆಯ್ತು.
Ma'am, I'll just share the video of working project. Like yesterday I did changes into the Excel sheet.
Okay. You send me the
Okay.
video of that demonstration.